Following his destruction of Frank Martin, Davis was asked if he would fight Shakur Stevenson next. Stevenson, who has been a possible Tank opponent for a year, was not pleased with Davis's dismissal of the question and appeared agitated. It's also come out that many professional boxers have been warning Tank not to fight Shakur Stevenson as the risk isn't worth the reward in their opinion. But what is really going to happen with this fight? Will Tank step up to the plate and give the fans what they want? Be sure to stick around till the end for all the new details. After defeating Frank Martin via knockout, in his post-fight press conference he was asked about fighting elite fighters, and Shakur Stevenson's name was brought up, and he didn't exactly appear to be too pleased by it.
Like your opponents, you know what I mean? And where are the opponents at? I'm with it all. I mean, I'm at an age where it's all like, I'm not ducking and dodging nobody. I could just shoot at whoever. You know what I mean? So this one just about like just getting back in the mix. You know what I mean?
Like that color, that's it.
They get better and better.
This isn't about Shakur, like, you know, pretty much.
Come on, bro.
You know, you feel like you put Miller fight with that, and you're good for boxing, all the and so they feel it.
I don't want to keep talking about nobody else. That's about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Following Tank's remarks, Shakur Stevenson posted a mysterious statement on X. It appears that Tank is ready to part ways with Shakur once more. According to reports, Tank has started negotiations to face IFBF champion Vasily Lomachenko, which, to be fair, would also be a massive step up in competition and arguably a harder fight than Shakur. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. By doing this, you'll never miss out on any future videos from the combat sports world. Long discussed fights between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis have been discussed. These two love beefing one another, and a professional matchup would be thrilling. Fans are been expressing their opinions online regarding this fight with various posts like, "Y'all are so slow if you think Shakur beating Tank. Why he don't prove it then? Shakur is the most feared fighter." Shakur is fast, probably even slightly faster than Tank in my opinion, but Tank knows how to cut off the ring and fight in the pocket, and Shakur has no power to keep Tank off him. Both men gained when Devin Haney stepped up to 140 and gave up his 4 lightweight titles. Stevenson challenged Edwin De Los Santos for the vacant WBC title, which Stevenson won, and Davis was promoted from WBA regular champion to full champion. The crowd wants to see the two fight toe-to-toe after that, but Hall of Famer and 3-weight world champion James Toney told Fight Hub TV that would not be a wise decision on Shakur's part. Good fight, Shakur Stevenson's a good fighter, but Shakur Stevenson ain't ready for that. Everybody in boxing, you so-called experts, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Shakur is a young fighter. Let him develop, and then when it's time you make a move. But now, Tank got that momentum. It's bad for Shakur. He'll ruin his whole career like Crawford did to Errol Spence Jr. Paulie Malignaggi continued to compliment Tank, but in the end he stated that despite the strong showing, his prediction that Stevenson will win remains unchanged. Davis looked terrific, man. I was very impressed with the performance, the way he was able to go and get that win. But come on, man, Shakur Stevenson is a different proposition than everybody else. The little problems you saw Frank giving Davis tonight, it's times 10 when Shakur's there. The tall, rangy southpaw with a lot more IQ and a lot more versatility. It's very different. I'm saying all this because I want to see the fight. I think Davis is also very qualified for the fight. Am I saying do I edge Shakur? I have always edged Shakur. In another interview, Paulie Malignaggi called out Tank for ducking Shakur Stevenson, as he knows it's a very tough fight for him.
Tank Davis can fight a guy who they picked up all from the diner. He knocks him out. Oh, it's great because he knocked him out. You know what I mean? But Shakur will fight a dangerous guy who's a puncher, beat him a little bit less impressively, and all of a sudden, oh no, we don't care about it. We don't want to see him. Okay, so then we'll get him diner workers too, and Shakur will get some stoppages. He'll be aggressive and everything else. It's the same thing.
Unfortunately, any discussions of a possible fight between these two have been put on hold because to Shakur's recent subpar performance against Edwin De Los Santos. Tank's most recent victory over Frank Martin further cemented his position as one of the greatest lightweight fighters, making Shakur's involvement seem implausible, which is why many have been led to believe Vasily Lomachenko will one Tank's next opponent. Loma is good, but I don't think he can go 12 rounds without catching that uppercut or left overhand. I say Loma has the potential to win because of his footwork and his ability to cut off the ring, though I'm leaning more towards Tank getting the W. Because footwork is his game as well. It's going to be a great fight. I can't wait. Not counting Loma out, he can still dance. Before we go any further into the video, what are your guys' honest thoughts on a potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis? Are you siding with the majority of the pros who believe Shakur will be victorious? Or will Tank back up the hype and get another highlight reel knockout against him? Comment down below. Former world champion Timothy Bradley believes if Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis were to face off in the squared ring, Shakur would undoubtedly come out on top. Trust me, he will, you know he has that in him, dog. He's different cut from a different cloth, said Tim Bradley. Another reporter asked, is he's the one to beat Tank, do you think? Bradley promptly responded, yeah. He said, call me hate. I don't give a damn. Yeah, you keep coming at me. Keep bringing that hate. Keep bringing that hate, baby. I love it. Keep bringing it. Yes, he beats Tank. He outboxes him very easily. No problem whatsoever. A lot of criticism Shakur Stevenson receives is that he's not accomplished and doesn't have the resume to back it up. Well, in a previous interview, Shakur stated that he's way more accomplished than Tank in the sport of boxing.
About fighting Tank, because a lot of people may say that you don't have the experience. And on your side, you can also say that people are scared to fight you. But a lot of people like to say that you haven't fought a lot of the top fighters.
But how can I not have the experience if I'm more accomplished than this dude? I'm a 3-weight world champion and actually really a world champion. Tank had two belts his whole career, right? They was both the same belt. He had the WBA at 130 pounds. That's the only title he ever hold in his career. Then if you really look at it, his opponents don't even want to fight me. I got offered, they try to get Pitbull to fight me. He didn't want to fight me.
But then again, from Tank Team's perspective, you can see why they're holding off on this fight, as he's certainly more accomplished in being a 3-weight world champion. Yet he doesn't have an established name yet, so the risk isn't worth the reward just yet. If he goes out there and knocks out Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th, then it's the perfect time to line up a Tank Davis fight, no question. Between the two top boxers, there is an exciting clash of styles as Shakur, one of the most defensively sound boxers in the game today, prefers to slip shots and score strategically with his rapid combinations. Tank has a history of reading opponents and sitting back to win fights while he waits for the ideal moment to land one of his devastating power punches. Can Stevenson go 12 rounds without getting hit? It's a question that merits a response in a sport that far too frequently misses the elite competitions. Two-time super middleweight champion David Benavidez told $1 Million Worth of Game that he believes Davis would prevail if the fight goes as planned by both men. I think they're both great fighters, but Gervonta Davis. Additionally, Leonard Ellerby has cautioned Gervonta Davis against taking on Shakur Stevenson because of the potential harm to his career from such a battle. Only time will tell what stems from these recent fight claims. Will Tank step up to the plate and finally fight an elite fighter? Can Shakur weather Tank's power? Hopefully this is the fight that is next up for the pair. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to Fight Fury for future videos from the combat sports world and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.